In this video, we will see more about the selection tools, how we are going to use selection tools in the Photoshop, and how they are going to give us the benefit. Besides that, we are going to learn about how to create the duplicate pictures, how to move pictures, how to scale them, how to flip their selections, and we will learn about the lasso tools. We will see the history panel. What is the use of the history panel? That's very, you will be amazed when you see the use of the history panel. And we'll also see about the magic wand tool or the quick selection tools, how we are using. So these all are the selection tools which we're gonna learn. There are different ways. We will also see how we're going to create a PDF file, which is portable file if you need to carry somewhere, and how we're going to create the new shortcuts. So these all are the things we are going to view in this video. Okay, so first of all, to work on the selection tools, we need our picture. And the one thing which you need to remember, like if you are working on any of the project, so first of all, you need to collect the details from the client, what project you are working. After collecting the details like the size of the document, which document you're going to prepare, the pictures you need to collect if they are going to provide you the pictures, or you have to use the free stock pictures. Okay, after that you have to choose the correct tool, which tool you are going to apply to work on the project, and then you will plan the duplication. So do not work on the original pictures, make the copies of the pictures, and then you will start working on them, so that you will not spoil the original pictures. If something get messed up, so you're not spoiling, you are just playing with the duplicates of the pictures. Always use grids and guides, because that's how the grids and guides going to help you out to align the pictures or to place them in a proper position where you want to place them, to put the margins around the documentation. And then we will create the portable format at the end. Okay, so to work on the selection tool, first of all we need a picture over here. So I have plenty of pictures. I'm not exactly working on the picture given in the chapter, but I'm just taking out any of the pictures. So you can just, why I'm doing this, because I'm showing you that these are the tools which you can work on any of the picture. It does not mean that it is shown before to the specific picture. So the mean is you need to learn about the tools. So on which picture you are applying the tool, that's different. Okay, so now I'm going to open my folder. As I told you last time also, that there are a number of ways to open the picture, but I like this way. This is a kind of shortcut which I can choose the picture and drop into my document. So here in the pictures box, I do have plenty of pictures here, and this time I would like to work on any of this. So let me choose this one and just drop it into the Photoshop document, and the picture will open for me. So now you can see this picture is having a transparent background, because you do not see any background behind it, right? So I'm going to enlarge the picture. You see the handlers around it. Sometimes you won't be able to see the handlers around it. So maybe you are in a move tool and your show transform tool, which is show transform control, is not check mark. When you see this, you don't see the handlers around it, and sometimes not let you enlarge the picture or decrease the size of the picture, so it is confusing. So what you need to do, if you do not see the handlers, that means the show transform control, which is from the move tool, is not checked. So if something like this, select the move tool, and then you will see the option bar on the top. Click, just check mark the show transform tool, and then you will be able to see the handlers. These handlers are helpful if you need to resize the picture. Either you need to increase the size of the picture, or you need to decrease the size of the picture. So these handlers are really important for us to do any of this work. Okay, so like this. Now after doing this, you have to see whether this picture is a smart picture or the rasterized picture. So smart picture, which is a vector graphics, or non-smart picture is a rasterized graphics. So how are you gonna make sure that? So when you see the picture and you go and check on the layer tab. On the layer tab, you see the layer over here. These are the layers, right? So when you see the layers and the particular layer on which the picture is there, you see at the bottom right hand side corner are small little icons. If you have this small little icon on it, that means it is a smart picture. So you need to go and convert into the rasterized layer. In some of the tool, it does not affect if you are working on the smart object, but when you are using some of the tools and if the picture is smart, those tools are not enabled. So if the tools are not enabled, you are trying to use it, that means that the picture is smart picture and you need to convert into the rasterized picture. Now I will show you how you're going to convert the picture into the rasterize mode. Here on the layer, right click and select the rasterize layer. Here it is. When you click on it, now you see you do not have any more that small little icon at the bottom right hand side, right? So that means the picture is converted into the rasterized layer. Okay, though you do not see any changes into this on its appearance, but you see the changes on the layer panel. Okay, right. Now we're gonna check about the selection tool. So when you go to the tools option, this is your tools panel. On the tools panel, the very first icon is move, which we have used, and very important tool it is, this show transform control, which I showed you right now why it is important. Second tool is the rectangular marquee tool, right? Besides the rectangular marquee tool, you have more tool inside it. If you see a little arrow towards the right hand side bottom, and when you click on it, you will be able to see more marquee tool. So marquee tool is basically going to give you a dotted line around the object, and in which shape you wanna draw it, you can do that. And after that, what you want to do with that marquee tool, selection tool, do you want to make a copy of it or you want to extract the part of it? So whatever you want to do, you can do that. So let's select first of all this rectangular marquee tool. I clicked on it, the tool is selected. Now what I can do, I just want to extract this pretzel from here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to drag on the object which I want to extract like this and leave this. So now you can see a dotted line around the object which I wanted to select, right? I need this. And what I need now, I need to extract this. So what I can do, I can use my right click and then use new layer, or I will say, okay, I do not want to let you confuse. Now see, first of all, the layer is not selected. So on which layer these images are, you have to select that layer, right? And then you right click and see layer via cut and layer via copy option is enabled. Before that, because the layer was not selected, it was not there. Okay, so I'm gonna use, because I need to extract, not want to make a copy of it, so I will use layer via cut. When I do this, so now you see what happened. I'm just gonna switch off this. See, this picture is extracted from here and it is added on a separate layer. See, because we have created a new layer by cutting that object, by extracting that object from that second layer, right? So that's how you need it. Now you can notice one more thing, eyes switch on and off. What is these? These are the visibility icons on the layer panel, which is in the form of eye. When you click on, if you see the eye icon, when you click on it, so that means it is off. The layer is off. Layer is available on your document, but it is off, right? But when you switch it on, that means the layer is available on your document also. Okay, it is visible. Everybody can see. Now you see this. But this icon if I want to move this pretzel from here to other place, I can move it because this pretzel is now on the separate layer. So I will go and click on the move tool and will move this. Can you see this now? It has little white patch on it, right? When I'm placing on the other objects, you can see the white patch. Okay, so this is the one thing you can extract it. There are another ways also to extract. Okay, so I'm going to show you another way how to extract. Let's say I want to extract this donut. Okay, so I will do the same thing. This time I will select this elliptical marquee tool, and then I will draw a round around this donut like this. Okay, and now I will do make sure that which layer is selected. See, the layer 1 is selected where this object does not exist. So nothing will happen in this case because this object exists on this second layer. Click on this, the layer will be selected, and now you have to just use your Control C to cut this picture. When you say Control C, the picture is cut, and now you want to paste it on separate layer. So in that case, you have to create a new layer. So this is a new layer icon at the bottom of the layer panel. Click on it, a new layer will be added, and then you can go select this layer and Control V. So when you do Control V, and here let me show you this, I'm going to switch off all of them and see this is the donut available here. Okay, and this donut is available here also because what I did not cut it, I make a copy of it, right? I make a duplicate copy of it. I see Control C. If I want to extract, I could use Control X, right? I made a mistake here, but you don't make it, but it's not going to harm me. Okay, so that's how you can make a copy of it. But let me show you if you want to extract via using Control X and Control V, right? So let me just extract another part over here. This time let's say I want this cookie. Okay, so I will go and choose this elliptical marquee tool again, and then place a round around here. Okay, and then make sure that you have chosen the correct layer. That's not the correct layer. Go to this layer, and then I'll say Control X. When I say Control X, see, this is removed from here. And now you will go to the layer panel, click on new, create new layer option. A new layer will be created, and then you can use Control V. So the cookie is added on a separate layer. So these three things we have extracted and made a copy of it, right? So you have seen two ways, like you can use layer via cut to extract the cookie pretzel, and we have used Control X and Control V to extract the picture from the composite picture, right? We did that. So there is a difference. When you're using layer via cut, a layer is automatically, new layer automatically created, and a picture is pasted on that. In that case of using Control X and Control V, you are going to extract the picture and you are going to create a new layer, and then you're going to paste a picture on that layer. So that is the difference if you are using Control X and V, Control V, or you're using layer via cut option. Okay, I have shown you here how you're going to make a copy of it. So this is the thing we have used Control C and Control V to make a duplicate copy of it. I will show you another way, layer via copy. Okay, so again we have to use the selection tool. So this time I'm gonna show you another selection tool, which is your quick selection tool. Okay, so I'm going to use this quick selection tool this time, and let's say I want this object right now. So what I'm going to do, first of all, select the image, select the layer where you have that image you want to select, and then you start hovering your mouse on the picture and see what happened. See, it is quick selection, but it has added another different selection on it which you do not want it, right? So if you go and see, when you clicked on the quick selection tool, the option bar is changed. On the option bar, the first tool which is say selection, new selection, second say if you want to add into the existing selection, and third one it say which you if you want to subtract from the selection. So I have already selected, but this is the portion which I do not want it. So I will choose this subtract selection and click the portion which I do not want it and drag it inside, right? So that's how you can eliminate the selection if you do not want to include any of the selection which you do not want it, right? But see what happened, I by mistake removed all of the selection, so I need to add the selection. You can use this and you can increase the selection like this. So you just need to practice on the tool so that you will be having the right selection which you needed. After making the selection, when you feel it is perfect, you can right click on it. When you right click, then you have layer via copy. Use layer via copy. Now see, on the layer, when you copied, a new layer added on the top of it, and this picture is copied on it. If you want to see, I will switch off this layer, and now you see here you have the picture. So these pictures are the separate, right? So now if you want to design anything for you, you can, because you have the extracted pictures or duplicate pictures created by you from the composite picture, right? And now you can make your own bakery shop, and you can design whatever poster or something like you wanna create. You can create that, or template you wanna create, you can create that. Now I will tell you one more thing, like we had learned how to create the duplicate pictures. There is another easiest way to create the duplicate pictures. What is that? Is like you have used Control X and Control V to create the duplicate pictures, or you have used the layer via copy. The another way is you can simply select the picture which you want to create a copy, and then you can press your Alt key and drag your left mouse button, and the picture will be created. Press Alt key along with pressing the Alt key, you just have to hold your left mouse button and drag outside the picture, and a new picture will be created. Keep holding your Alt button, keep holding your left mouse button, and then just drag it outside the image, so an image will be created, right? So that's how you can create a duplicate image. I like that tool a lot because I do not need to put a lot of efforts doing Control C and Control V or layer via cut, right? Once I have created one object, I can make just copy number of copies what I wanted, right? And the way I want to place them, I can place them any of the way. See how you want to place them, you can place them. Right? So that's how you can create it. Now sometimes what happens that you have this cookie over here, right? And now you want to make another copy of it. So I'm again using Alt and left mouse button and then dragging it out. So I have made a copy of it. But what I want this time, I want their faces to be changed, right? So I want to flip the object. If you want to flip the object, there is two ways always, right? So what I want to do, you can flip it just using the handless and cross the handless to each other, and then the pictures are flipped, right? So you can flip either horizontally or vertically, however you need it. But there is one thing you need to take care into that case, like you are not losing the proportion of the picture. So in that case, if you are using the grid, that will be awesome because you're not changing the grid proportion, and then you will be having in the same structure, right? But if you want to play the safer side, then you can go to the edit option, and in the edit you have the transform. In transform, you can use either flip horizontal or vertical, whatever you want to do it. So let's do first of all flip horizontal. See, it is flipped. If you want to flip vertical, then you can go again edit, transform, and then vertical. Right? So that's how it can be flipped. So you can flip, either you can use the handlers to flip the image, or you can use your flip horizontal and flip vertical from the edit menu. Okay, in the edit you have transform option. Inside the transform option you have flip horizontal and flip vertical. So that's how you're going to flip. Okay, these grids are going to play a very important role, because using these grids you're going to tell, okay, this object is going to stay here, this object is going to stay here, these will stay here, so this should not go beyond this line, but this is going it, so you can shift it a bit up, or you can rearrange them that way to make sure that you're not moving outside the line. This is going a little down, so I'm going to shift it like this. So that's why the grids are important, guide, and the grids are important. Okay, now resizing, we already had seen that how you're going to resize. Either you can resize using the handler like this. So when you are doing it, see, you can resize using the handler. And if you do not want to use handlers, what you can do, you can see on the top on the option bar you have the values there. So if you want to change the value on x-axis, y-axis, height or width or angle you want to change it, you can change any one of it. So that's how you're going to change the size of the object if you need to change the size. Okay, so as I was telling the importance of the guides and the grids, so I showed you in the last video also, but still if you're not able to see the guides and guides rulers or the guide grid lines open, so what you can do, you can go to the view option. In the view option you can see over here rulers. If you do not see any tick mark here, that means ruler is not visible on your screen, or you can press Ctrl plus R. For the extras you can press Ctrl plus H, right? And if you go to the show option, in this show option you have grid, you have smart guides, right? So let's say I want to switch off grids. See, my grids are gone. I want to show them up. You can go view, show, and the grids. So grids are over here. If I say view and extras off, see, that's gone. So when you say view and extras, so you have this, or you can press Ctrl H to off, Ctrl H to show the grids and guides. Okay, so that's the way you can use it to show and hide your rulers and the grids or the guides. Now we're going to focus about more selection tools. So now we already had seen the quick selection tools. We will see other selection tools. So for seeing other selection tools, I have to open the picture where we have number of pictures together. I'm talking about this picture, right? And on the top of the picture we have created, I'm going to switch off those pictures. So I'm going to click on the visibility icon of each layer and making them off, so that we can see the use of the another pictures. Okay, so these are the pictures left over here in my the picture which I had added on the Photoshop. Now we're gonna see another tools. So we are going to see now within the quick selection tool. Let's see what other selection tools we have. So here's the magic wand tool. Click on this and it is going to work as a magic wand. You're gonna place your magic wand on the picture and you see it's going to select the picture. So what is going to happen, it is going to select the picture based on the color, but right now it's not doing anything. So when you select any of the tool, you have to just observe the option bar available for that particular tool. So see, right now you are on this selection, so you need to go and select the new selection because you're going to start a new selection, right? So I see now, see the selection is happening now, right? So but you see the few parts inside the picture is not selected. So what you need to do, you have to use another tool, which is the add to selection, right? So it is similar the way if you want to add into the existing selection, you have to use add selection. If you want to extract something from the existing selection, you can use this tool. If you want to have just the intersection part of it, then you can choose this tool. Okay, so I need to add the selection. I will click on this tool and I will select the part which I see inside not selected. So now you see I have the outer border around this object, right? I want this. So same way you can make it. Either you can use layer via cut if you want to extract. You can use layer via copy if you want to make copy of it. Or you can use Control X, Control V, or Control C, Control V, right? Any of the way you can use it. So I will use layer via cut, but see where is, okay, it's here, layer via cut or copy. Let me do cut. So when I say cut, if you observe over here on my screen, see I have a new layer created and I have an option. If I switch off this, see it is taken away from there, right? And it is added over there. So I'm gonna make it off like this. Later on I will switch on all of them to show you that and to design something. Okay, so we done this, and now we're gonna use another selection tool, which is, let's go and check into this. That is your magnetic lasso tool. So when you click on the right hand side down arrow, and you will be able to see another selection tool. So there are three selection tool, which is a lasso tool, polygonal lasso tool, and magnetic lasso tool. So here we are going to see the difference. What are the differences in these tools? Okay, so let's first of all do lasso tool. I have a lasso tool here, and lasso tool is giving me a liberty to draw a kind of pencil. So by using my mouse, I'm drawing a pencil. If you have a pen with you, that is easy for you to do that. And when whatever line you have drawn, it is going to create a border for you, right? So here's the thing again, when you select the lasso tool, you can see the option bar is changed. Again, the first icon is the new selection tool. Second, if you want to add into the existing selection tool. Third, if you want to subtract any part of the existing selection. And the fourth one is the intersection with the selection. Okay, so any of the way based on the requirement you can use that. Let me do, if I can, I want to deselect this part, or I want to extract this part, right? So you need to just make sure what you did. Right, so this is the way you can do it, and then you can go ahead and whatever you want to use, layer via cut or copy. Let's say layer via cut. Okay, it's saying it does not have any option because you go and see in my layer panel I have selected the wrong layer. So I have to go and select the right layer because this is the selection is available on the image 4. So I'm going to right click and use layer via copy or cut. Now see, it has been taken from this layer and it has been added on the new layer. Look like this, right? But whatever I had subtracted now last time, this has been subtracted. So make sure when you are doing it. Okay, now I want to go for the another selection tool, and then we're going to apply the selection tool on this another cookie. So let's choose, under this lasso tool you have polygonal lasso tool. Select this and then see what is happening. Now it is little helpful, you can say. I will say that, because in that case I need not to hold my mouse pointer, and I can give small places to tick on it, click wherever you want to stop, and then you can do your selection, right? So it is easy to use than the lasso tool. So when you select, now you see a little bit the borders are not smooth. So you can see on the top you have select and mask tool available, right? The main thing what is happening, I do not have on the right selection. So I will select the image, right layer where the image exists. So when I click on this, now this select and mask option is available. Click on the select and mask, right? And what do you want to do? You want to decrease or increase the radius, or you want to smooth, go and smooth, do your selection smooth, you can do that. So you want to use smart radius, you can do that. And let me see if I can see show edges. So I do not want to see this. Show original, yes, original is there. High quality preview, right? And it is 20%. Transparency, see the changes for the transparency, how much transparency you want for the object, right? Okay, if you want to increase the radius, can you see something is happening on the picture? So it is going to refine the edges what you had defined for the selection. Okay, now I'm gonna give the smooth edges. So once I had done, I will say okay, and now you will see earlier the edges were little outside, and when I choose the smoothness and I choose the radius, so see it is fit to the object, right? So that's how your select and mask will work. So select and mask is available for the lasso tool also. You can apply the same thing for the lasso tool too. Now same thing, I'm gonna do that. I will right click and use my layer via copy to create a copy of it this time. Okay, now see another copy is created here. Okay, and I'm gonna go back to the layer where I have those images. Okay, I switched off that one. I will show you all of them there. Now one more tool I want to discuss. With that, there is a one more tool left, which is magnetic lasso tool. So see how it's working. So this tool we're gonna apply on this hot dog. Now you see this is a magnet. Look. So if you are trying to do that, you need not to do anything. You just have to hover your mouse and it is going to stick a line around the picture. See? Right? And you have to just click on it once you're done. So see something is happening. What you need to do, I just need to close it and I have to start again. So to make it fit, to fix it properly. Okay, I'm not clicking right now, I'm just going around the object and it is going to create the points automatically. So there are plenty of selection tools. You can use any one of them, whichever you feel comfortable, and once you're done you just have to close the point. So after closing the point, it is going to give you a selection. So it seems a perfect selection to me around the object right now, but still if you feel that you have to do some subtract and you have to delete some portion, you have to add it. So again on the option bar, check new selection, adding to the selection, subtract from the selection, intersect to the selection, or you have available select and mask, right, to refine the edges. So I will show you one more time here. Look here. So see, if I'm going to increase the smoothness, okay, and I want to increase the radius. Maybe right now it's not visible to you anything. Let me show the edges. Can you see this now? Edges. Maybe that's gonna make sense to you. See, right? So how much radius you need it, right? And then you say okay. See the selection around it. Once you're done, you can do the same thing, right click. If you feel the options are not available, that means you have made a mistake on the selection of the layers. Make sure that. So right this time I haven't made any mistake for selecting the layer, so I do have my layer via copy and layer via cut option available. So this time I'm going to use layer via cut. When I cut, see the picture is cut from here and it's added here. So let me now this time switch off all of them, right? And I want to switch on one by one the number of layers created over here. Can you see the layers created here? Now see here. These are the layers we have created by layer via cut, layer via copy, by using layer Control X and Control V, Control C and Control V option, right? So these are the objects created. Now it's up to you how you would like to arrange them and how do you want to create your shop here, right? By using these objects. So you can do that. Right? See here, this was the object created with the rectangular marquee tool, so it has some space. But this is the object created by another lasso tool or magnetic tool or the quick selection tool, so it does not have any background around it. So it can easily go anywhere on any of the surface, right? So you can use any one of them. And now you have your T tool to use, and you can type whatever you want to type. You can select the text over here, come and type here whatever you want to type. You do not want this, and say bakery shop, right? And then you can increase the size or decrease the size. You can add it, and after doing this, if you want to change color, so you know how to change the color and style, right? And size you can do it by using your handler also. But if you want to change style and something like this, so you have to go and select T tool, type here, select, and then select the color which you wanted. Let's say you want this color or this color. That's not visible. I want this cookie dough color, right? Chocolate color. That looks good. Then you can add stroking to around the text, right? So you can do that. Now here I want to show you one more amazing thing. Like sometimes you feel like you messed up, right? So one way, if you feel you messed up, you can switch off that particular layer and you can trash that layer. You can select the layer, and here's at the bottom the trash can. So you can just drop at this layer and this layer will be dropped. And you can create another one, and then you can create another copy of it, right? That's the one thing. But if you had done this and you do not want to delete it, right? You just want to go back. So that is the one thing which is the history panel is going to help you out. So either one thing you can do Control Z to undo your last action. See, the object is available here. Or you can do Control Alt Z, few more last actions. So Control Z for the last action to undo, and Control Alt Z for few multiple actions to undo. But besides this, if you want to go back to the very first action or you want to reverse to the history, so what you can do, you can go to the window, and here you have the history panel. Click on this, a history panel will be open. Now if you go and see at the bottom, you can see everything what we did. We delete the layer, we use the layer visibility, then we edit type layer, free transform, new type, move, all these we use it, right? See all the actions till now we had performed in this document. You can see everything here. When we use the lasso tool, when we use layer via cut, layer visibility, when we use polygonal lasso tool, right? All of them you can see, all of them, right? So if you want to, let's say I want to go back to here, I want to get rid of all this move, right? Which you cannot do by using Control C or Control Alt C, right? So you can simply just click here and see everything is gone, right? How cool it is. I mean, you cannot go back normally in the history, but here the Photoshop is giving you the liberty to go back into the history and change if you did not like anything. I mean, so that's kind of thing. But if you want to redo the same thing, you can go and click to the place where you were, right? And everything is back. So that is amazing. So that's how you will be going to use the history tool. And now I will tell you over here to you how you're going to create a portable format from this. So in the last video I tell you how you're going to save the, I'm going to close this. In the last video I tell you how you're going to save a file in the Photoshop in the PSD format, and how you're going to save your file in JPEG or in GIF format, right? But this time I'm gonna show you, if you are going to, let's say you have less space in your flash drive or on your cloud and you want to carry your file. So PSD file always have a big size of it. So what we can do, we can save this file in a PDF format. So you can simply go in File and Save As. And from the bottom here you can choose PDF. So I'm going to go and find the PDF option here. Let me see if I have one. Okay, it's here, portable bitmap. I think that's not the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for PDF, Photoshop. Okay, it's here, Photoshop PDF. Select that, type the name of the file. So I will type selection tools. We had learned for the selection tools over here, right? So we will select that. Just notice over here the one thing what is mentioned here, layers. So that means if your PDF file is here, you will be able to see all the layers which you can see in the PDF, in the PSD format, in the Photoshop file. So when you will save it, you will be able to open this file in the Photoshop and you will be able to edit also. My file is saved. I'm going to close it now. Okay, let me first of all do this. It's asking me and save PDF. You want to save it. It's incompatible with the other version, saying it's not going to be compatible with the other versions, right? Earlier version. So I'm going to save it. The file is saved. I'm going to close this file and going to open my file again. So I'll say open the file, and my file is here, selection tools files. When I click on the selection tools files, open, and see the file is exactly the same way as it used to be in the Photoshop format, right? So if you wanna work on the layers are available here. But if I'm saving this same file, I wanna show you that. Saving this file in a JPEG, and let's say selection tools JPEG. Okay, now one thing you see, it's do not have the layers available for you. That's okay, but I want to show you one thing. I'll save it, and now after closing it, I'm gonna open this file. So I saved selection tool JPEG, right? Open it. Can you see this now? You do not have any more layer sections, so you cannot make any changes. If you want to make change, this is one picture, but the PDF file, when I open it, so here is my PDF file, selection tools.pdf, and when you open it, see all the layers are here. You want to move, you want to make any changes, so you can make any changes. So this is, you can say this is an alternative for your PDF file or for your PSG file. Either you can make PSG or you can make PDF to make changes to it. All right, now one more thing I want to show you here, that if you are like, you want to assign your own shortcut keys, so how you can assign it? You can create your own shortcut keys, but then is going to be different for you, not for everybody. It's going to be set for you. Okay, so how you gonna set that? You will go to the edit, and then you will choose, you will go scroll it down, and there you will see the option keyboard shortcuts. Click on it, and let's say any one of the menu you want to open, file new. So right now if you want to choose new, you press Control N, but you do not want to work Control N, you want to use something else for opening a new file. Control N is not handy for you, right? So maybe besides Control N, you are going to use, you can press Control, what do you want to use? You can press Control H. See, but whatever the action was given for the Control H, that will be removed, right? Control H is assigned for activating or showing the grids and the extras, but if you are using Control H here to open a file, so the work assigned for Control H showing extras will be removed then. So make sure if you want to do that or not. Let's say I want to use Control comma like this, right? So Control comma basically have to show layers, so that action will be removed from there. So let me see this, accept it. After accepting, it is fixed, and say okay. And now I'm pressing my shortcut Control comma, and see the new dialog box open. Here you can use your own settings, what size you want to open for a new format, and say okay. So new document is open, right? So once you've done this, if you do not make any changes, that shortcut will be saved for you. If you want to, if you do not want that, so you have to go back and set default, use default here. So whatever changes you have made it here, everything will go back like this, right? And then you can say okay. So that's how you will be able to create a shortcut. So shortcuts are good if somebody is working only in the graphics and they have their too much work of working on the graphics, so that's easy for them to set their shortcut tools. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the day.